If you're finally ready to take that first step toward a complete emergency food supply, then listen up. There's one survival staple you need: canned food. It's the most reliable, simple option for disaster readiness. It's cheap, easy to pick up a few cans every time you shop, and they require zero extra equipment or special work to store. But whether you're a beginner or already a seasoned prepper, you need the crucial information we're covering today to secure your food supply. Stick around, because we're not just discussing what to store, we're breaking down the essential factors that dramatically extend your can's shelf life. We'll conclude with the incredible true story of a can of roast veal that journeyed to the Arctic Circle and was opened and tasted after 114 years. Let's start with the basics. What is canning exactly? It's a simple, brilliant process. Food is heated inside the container to kill all existing bacteria, creating a powerful vacuum seal that permanently removes the oxygen. And without oxygen, bacteria cannot survive or reproduce. As long as that can remain sealed, the food inside is safe to eat. But if canned food is safe indefinitely, then what in the world is that best buy date printed on every can? This is where nearly everyone gets confused. It turns out those dates, the use by or sell by dates, have nothing to do with safety. They are strictly a quality guarantee. Once those dates pass, the food begins to lose its quality, its original freshness, and its peak nutritional value. But remember this: the food is still safe to eat. However, we need to talk about acid. While acidity is usually great for food preservation, in canned goods, high-acid foods, like tomatoes, fruits, juices, and pickles, will chemically react with the metal container. This reaction dramatically speeds up decline, causing taste and texture changes much faster, and eventually lowering the food's crucial nutritional value. According to the USDA, high-acid food should be rotated for best quality within 12 to 18 months. For non-high-acid foods, your safe bets like seafood, meats, vegetables, and beans, you have a much larger window. You can expect best quality anywhere between 2 to 5 years. Now that we have a clear idea of how long canned food can safely last, let's discuss which specific cans you should stack to ensure you build a versatile, nutritionally complete stockpile. First, canned meats, like chicken, turkey, and roast beef. Canned meats are an excellent source of high-quality protein, B vitamins, and essential minerals like iron and zinc. They are generally low in carbohydrates and high in fat, depending on how they are packed. Water versus oil or broth. They provide dense protein and caloric energy in a compact form, vital in survival scenarios for maintaining strength, repairing tissue, and preserving muscle mass when food is scarce. Always choose packed in water and low-sodium varieties. Canned meats, particularly roast beef and chicken, are often high in sodium, which can lead to dehydration if your water sources are limited. Next, canned seafood, tuna, salmon, and sardines. Canned seafood is renowned for its concentrated protein, vitamin D, and minerals like selenium. Crucially, salmon and sardines are among the best sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which support brain function, reduce inflammation, and aid cardiovascular health. Benefits often lost during stressful survival conditions. Additionally, the edible soft bones in sardines and canned salmon are a rare source of highly available calcium. Canned salmon and sardines are much lower in mercury than tuna. If you choose tuna, select light, usually skipjack, which carries less mercury than albacore or white varieties. Then we have canned beans and legumes, such as black beans, kidney beans, and lentils. Beans and legumes are a powerhouse of plant-based nutrition, providing an excellent ratio of fiber and protein. They are rich in complex carbohydrates for sustained energy, B vitamins, and key minerals like iron, potassium, and magnesium. Lentils often contain more iron and folate than other beans. The high fiber content is crucial for digestive health, blood sugar stability, and preventing constipation in low-activity conditions. The complex carbs deliver a slow-burning, long-lasting energy source. Draining and rinsing beans before consumption significantly reduces salt content. Moving on, canned vegetables like green beans, corn, and carrots. Canned vegetables offer vital vitamins and minerals that can be scarce in a survival diet. Carrots are high in vitamin A for vision and immune function. Corn provides carbohydrates and fiber. Green beans offer vitamin K and vitamin C. Canned potatoes provide potassium and carbs for energy. While some heat-sensitive vitamins are reduced during canning, Canned vegetables remain a crucial source of nutrients that prevent deficiency during long-term reliance on starchy or protein-heavy foods. Choose those packed in water that can be drained. Rinsing canned vegetables helps remove excess salt. Let's talk about canned fruits: peaches, pears, and pineapple. Canned fruits are primarily a source of readily available carbohydrates, sugars for quick energy. They also retain some fiber, vitamin C, especially in pineapple and oranges, and potassium. They provide a necessary source of caloric density, often needed for morale and quick energy bursts in stressful environments. The drawback are high added sugar and a shorter best buy dates as high-acid foods. Now, for me personally, the better option for this category is often freeze-dried fruits. They last much longer and are safer, but they are also more expensive and sometimes require extra equipment for storage, things we fully broke down in our 15 survival foods video. The link will be in the description, so be sure to watch that one after you finish this guide. But if you stick to cans, look for fruit packed in juice, light syrup, or preferably water or no sugar added to minimize unnecessary sugar intake, which can cause energy spikes and crashes. Finally, soups and ready meals, such as chili, beef stew, and broth. This category is highly variable, but provides a complete, easy-to-prepare meal containing protein, carbs, and fats. They're generally rich in iron and can offer moderate fiber. Broth is especially useful for its minerals and electrolytes, providing warmth, hydration, and balance. Soups and stews require minimal preparation, conserving precious water and fuel. Broth is excellent for rehydration and replenishing electrolytes lost through sweat or illness. We've covered a lot of ground on what to stock, but now I'd love to hear from you. Before we dive into the critical storage tips, tell us in the comments, what is the one canned food you absolutely cannot run out of in your stockpile? Let us know below. Now you know exactly how long canned food can last and which reliable options to start stacking up. But now we reach the most crucial part, the part that can make or break your emergency supply. To ensure your stockpile remains viable and doesn't fail you when disaster strikes, you must follow these key steps for purchasing and storing your canned goods. When buying cans and jars, inspect them carefully. Cans and metal lids should be free of dents, especially large ones that could lead to rust or microscopic holes. When rust is deep enough, tiny holes open in the can or lid, allowing spoilage agents inside. Stay away from cracks or bulging lids. A bulge is a massive red flag and may indicate a serious food poisoning threat. Be wary of dusty cans or torn labels, signs of old stock. Once home, store your cans in a cool and dry place. The best temperature range is between 50 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Avoid storing them near hot pipes, a furnace, or direct sunlight. Storage time drops sharply above 75 degrees. Keeping canned goods dry prevents rust that could lead to leaks and spoilage. Practice the first in, first out rule. Use the oldest products first. Whenever you buy new cans, place them behind the older ones to maintain rotation. Inspect your stock every 6 months for rust, bulging, or leaks. If a can shows any sign of spoilage, do not taste or use it. Once a can is open, check for liquid spurting out, off odor, or visible mold. Spoiled canned foods should be discarded immediately so they're not accidentally eaten by humans or pets. And remember, once opened, canned food becomes perishable. If you're not going to eat it right away, refrigerate or cook and store it safely. But what does all this science really mean in the long run? It means that a properly sealed can, stored correctly, is virtually immortal. Remember the incredible story we promised at the start, the one that proves this science beyond theory. This is the true documented history of a 4-pound can of roast veal. In 1824, this tin was prepared and taken by Sir William Edward Parry on a critical expedition to the Arctic Circle. The veal wasn't needed on that voyage, or his next one 2 years later, and it ended up stored in a military museum. It stayed there through decades of peace and war, until 1938. That year, scientists opened the oldest known tin of preserved meat, one that had been sealed for 114 years. When they finally cut it open, the tin had not corroded. The veal inside looked as though it had been freshly cooked. Even after 114 years, it was sterile and perfectly preserved. Laboratory mice and a cat fed portions of Admiral Perry's roast veal enjoyed every bit. That story isn't just a fascinating footnote, it is the ultimate proof that the simple science of canning works. The storage rules we just covered can literally provide a food supply that outlasts generations. Your prep pantry isn't just a stack of cans, it's a legacy of security you're building for your family. Don't see these cans as food for 2 years. See them as your ultimate insurance policy, built on proven hard science. Start small, stack smart, and stick to the facts. That is how you win. And if you want to keep getting this kind of crucial, evidence-based survival science, knowledge that lasts for decades and doesn't rely on hype or fear, make sure you subscribe right now. Tap that notification bell too, so you never miss the next critical piece of information that makes your family safer. We've given you the only guide you need for canned food. Now, go start building that legacy.